Hello guys, so I welcome you again to this session. In this session we are discussing coordinate geometry, most important problem. So without wasting any time, let's start doing questions. First we'll do MCQs, 2 mark question, 3 marks and then 5 marks. Now, so let's start. This is the first question. Please solve it and send your answer in the chat box. The question is, which of the following point is nearest to the given point 3 comma minus 1? Try this quickly and then we'll discuss. Right, so in this case we have to choose the option which is nearest to this point, right? So we need to calculate the distance of this point from each of them, and whichever distance will be the smaller will be the nearest point, right? That's the only thing we can apply. So let's calculate the distance between these 2 points. That is going to be root under 3 minus 3 0 and minus 4 minus, so it's just going to be 3, right? That is 3. But we have to check the other options as well, right? We cannot just find one distance and mark the right option, right? Now we can calculate this distance. All the time we are applying this, guys, right? Distance between 2 points x1 comma y1 and x2 comma y2 is this, right? By using this distance formula only, we will calculate the distance and check which one is the nearest point. So that's going to be root under 3 minus 2, 1 square 1 plus 5 minus of minus 6, right? So 36, that is root 37. Similarly, let's calculate this distance, 4 plus 16, root 20, and this last distance is root under 1 plus 9. You can do the calculation by your own. Now you can see which one is the smallest, right? See, this 3 is basically root under 9. I think it's easy to compare now. So you can clearly see root 9 is the smallest distance. Yeah, guys, can you hear me? Please confirm. Am I audible? Yes, so in this case the answer will be first option. No? It's actually a decent question to test the distance formula, right? Just by one question they are actually checking you to apply the distance formula in 4 options, right? Sometimes they might ask you which of the following is farthest from this point. So in that case we will choose the option which will give you the highest distance, right? And in that case the answer will be option B. I hope we understand the concept behind it, right? Okay, then let's do the next question, guys. Now only you know that in this chapter we have 3 concepts basically left. One is the distance formula, then section formula, and then centroid of a triangle, right? So we have taken questions only from those concepts. Let's solve all of them. There are many questions based on the same concept. Please solve it and send your answer in the chat box. Involve yourself in solving the problem. The point on x-axis which is equidistant from these 2 points. Right, shall we use the midpoint formula or something else? So they are using equidistant, right? So midpoint formula may not be valid. Are you getting? So since the point we want is on x-axis, we can start by naming the point to be x comma 0. And since this point is equidistant from this and this, so this distance and this distance should be equal. In fact, we make the diagram like this also, na? This point is x comma 0, this point is minus 2 comma 3, and this point is 5 comma 4. So these distance are given equal. Find out this distance and equate them. So this distance will be root under x minus of minus plus 2 the whole square plus 0 minus 3 the whole square 9 is equal to x minus 5 the whole square plus 4 minus 0 the whole square 16. Now square both the sides. Plus 41. X square and x square we can cancel. We are getting 14x is equal to 28. Na? 41 minus 13. So we are getting x is equal to 2, right? So that's why the point will be 2 comma 0. That's right. Very nice, guys. No? Yeah, I have just taken this question so that you don't have this confusion. No? Equidistance with midpoint. Na? Many people just think it like that, which is not correct. Whenever they tell you equidistance, try to use the distance formula, not the midpoint formula. Yeah, next question. The x-axis divide the line segment joining this in the ratio. That's also a standard question. Please answer it. So in this question, they are asking you to find the ratio, right? And whenever we have to find the ratio, we assume the ratio to be k:1, right? So make the diagram. This point's coordinate is 2 comma minus 3. This point's coordinate is 5 comma 6. And there is a point on x-axis, so we can take the ratio to be k:1. If it is k:1, can you find the coordinate of this point? Right? Cross multiplication, k into 5. So 5k. 5 into 2 into 1 plus 2 upon k plus 1 comma 6k minus 3 upon k plus 1. Now since this point is on x-axis, so can we say y coordinate must be 0? Y coordinate 0 means this number must be 0. So 6k minus 3 is 0, k is 1 by 2. So the ratio is basically 1:2. We'll mark option C. This can be a 2 or 3 mark question, guys, and in that case they might ask you to find out the ratio, and also they may ask you to find the coordinate of the point. So if they ask you the coordinate of the point, you have to replace k by 1 by 2 in this and get the x coordinate. We can do in that also, right? If they ask that part, we can answer, and that can be a 3 mark question. If they had told you in what ratio does y-axis divide, so in that case we would have replaced x as 0 and find the ratio, okay? So they may use either x coordinate or y coordinate any, na? And that's a standard question for MCQ. It's a decent question. Regularly they ask. They should actually. Let's do the next now. The perimeter of the triangle whose vertices are 5 comma 9, 5 comma 5 and 8 comma 5. Please answer this. What will be the perimeter of the triangle whose vertices are this? So we have a triangle. If you want, you can make the triangle and then put the vertices coordinate 5 comma 9, 5 comma 5, then we have 8 comma 5. Calculate the distances using distance formula. If we do the calculation, this length will be root under 8 minus 5, 3, 9 plus 0, that is just 3. this point, this distance, if you have to calculate 5 minus 5, 0, plus 9 minus 5, 4 square, 16, 4. And if you have to calculate this length, 8 minus 5, 3, 3 square, 9, plus 5 minus 9, minus 4, and minus 4 square is 16, which is actually 5. So this is a triangle whose sides are 3, 4, and 5. So what will be the perimeter? 12 we mark, right? And can we also tell something about the triangle? What is the nature of the triangle? They may also tell this triangle is, option might be isosceles triangle, scalene triangle, right triangle, equilateral triangle. So what kind of triangle do you observe this? It is a right angle triangle, right? 3, 4, and 5 forms Pythagoras triplets. That's right, it's option B, na? Good. This is if. Please answer this. Yeah, please ask your doubts if you have any. Yes, Samarth, we can say that, no? Since in one case x coordinate is same in both the points, and in case y coordinate is same, right? You can say, no problem. So C is the midpoint of PQ. That's too easy, right, guys? Are we able to answer? So C is the midpoint this time. So it's y comma minus 1, and this point P is 4 comma x comma minus 2 comma 4, right? Apply the midpoint formula. So y has to be 4 minus 2 upon 2, which is 1, right? And x plus 4 by 2 is equal to minus 1. Cross multiply, so you will get x is equal to minus 6, right? So we are getting x is equal to minus 6 and y 1. So they are asking what are the value of x and y. It means it is this. This is very simple one, right? All of you got the answer, I hope. Yeah, next question. Please read the question and accordingly you have to use the result. A and B are the points on the coordinate axis which also lies on this line. Then what is the midpoint of AB? Okay, let's solve it. So this line, now you can find out the points where this line is intersecting, right? Intercepts basically. So if you have to find x intercept, y will be 0, so x is 4, right? So it's like that. This point is 4 comma 0. They have named this point as A, and wherever it is intersecting y axis, we have to put x0 for that. So 0 comma minus 6, and we can find the midpoint very easily, right? X1 plus x2 by 2, so that's going to be 2 comma minus 3. Now it's in the fourth quadrant, so option B. They might also ask you what is the distance of this point from origin, right? They might involve something of this sort, so that should not be tough one. Next question is, what is the centroid of the triangle whose vertices are these three? Please answer. It's very easy, right? There is a direct formula, you can apply it. Mentally also you can answer this question. Have we got the answer? So formula for centroid of a triangle is x1 plus x2 plus x3 by 3 comma y1 plus y2 plus y3 by 3. So if we do so, 3 minus 8 plus 5 upon 3 comma minus 7 plus 6 plus 10 upon 3, right? That's 0 and here it is 3. So 0 comma 3 will be the centroid. Very good. What about the next question? So they have given the coordinates of vertices of the triangle and they are asking you to find the median, length of the median through vertex A. There will be 3 medians usually in a triangle, na? So they are asking only the median which is passing through the vertex A. Please solve. Let's call this point D. We can easily find out the coordinate of this point, right? By C1, no, minus 3 minus 1 by 2 comma minus 2 plus 8 by 2, which is minus 2 comma 3, right? Let's calculate the distance between them. So it's going to be root under 5 minus of minus plus 7, 7 square 49 plus 3 plus 1 4, 4 square 16, no? Root under 65 I think guys are getting, right? So it's option B, that's right. You can find the other median length as well. In fact, in 3 marks they might ask you find the length of all the medians. Chalo, let's do the next question now. I hope we all have got this point now. Questions are pretty simple in coordinate geometry actually, now. There are few good questions, but most of them will be very easy. There will be less calculation involved. So conceptually we good, and those standard questions are going to be asked only, okay? They are not going to make any creative questions. So all those standard type of questions I have taken in this session. So let's try to solve all of them together. Yeah, this is one assertion region question based on this. Please solve this. The value of y is 6 for which the distance between these 2 points is 10. So distance is given and then you have to find y. Which option shall we mark here then? So equate distance between this point and this point. If I apply the distance formula, root under 10 minus 2, 8, 8 square, we can write 64 directly, plus y plus 3 the whole square. That is given actually 10. You can square it, na? So 64 plus y plus 3 the whole square is actually 100. So y plus 3 the whole square is actually 100 minus 64, 36. So you can say y plus 3 can be 6 or minus 6, right? Y will be 3 and minus 9. But they are telling the value of y is 6, right? So definitely this is wrong, na? Assertion is wrong. So option D has to be correct, right? And obviously this is true, right? Distance between these 2 points we can apply. So this has to be the distance formula between these 2 points. So region is correct, but assertion is false. So whenever one of the statement is wrong, that's the easiest option actually. No, only confusing options are A and B. Okay, let's do few 2-mark questions. Find the relation between x and y such that the point px comma y is equidistant from these 2 points. Please get the expression by your own, guys. So P, in fact, even if you are not able to make the diagram, it's fine. No, in the solution we should write given PA is equal to PB, right? If you want, you can even directly square both the sides so that the square root will get cancelled in the distance formula. So that's going to be x plus 5 the whole square plus y minus 3 square, x minus 7 square plus y minus 2 the whole square. They might also use the word find the equation of point P. Okay, guys, if they ask you to find the equation of point P so that this is equidistant from this, the same question they are basically asking. There also will do the same thing. So it is x square plus 10x plus 25 plus y square minus 6y plus 9. Yeah, y square, x square, they are getting cancelled, right? Send them all to one side, either to left or right. $19, right? Yeah, that's the relation, which is actually a line, guys. If you want to understand geometrically what does it represent, then see here. These 2 points A minus 5 comma 3, B 7 comma 2. So all the points which lies on the perpendicular bisector of the line segment joining these 2 points actually will satisfy this. Are you getting? So if you take any point from here, okay, on this line, it will always be equidistant. So the equation which we have got, actually it's equation of this line, though that's not required, but we must understand this. Now what does the equation represent? Later on it is very important. समझ पाए क्या? डिस्टेंस फॉर्मूला मैंने लिखा नहीं यहाँ पे, राइट? इफ यू वांट यू कैन मेंशन द डिस्टेंस फॉर्मूला एंड सिंप्लीफाई. व्हाट विल हैपन एक्चुअली इन एग्जाम ना, आपका आंसर अगर सही है तो आपने फॉर्मूला नहीं भी लिखा है तभी वो मार्क्स दे देंगे मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम, अनलेस इट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टू राइट द फॉर्मूला. बट अगर हमारा फाइनल आंसर गलत है तो आपको फॉर्मूला लिखना जरूरी है, क्योंकि वहां से मार्क्स कटने के चांसेस थोड़े कमते हैं बच्चे ना. सो if you get time na, if you think it's 2 mark question and we don't have to write too many steps, it's advisable to write the formula so that वो step दिखे ना कि 4-5 step आपने मेहनत किया है. So scoring is actually a little bit of part of art na, it's a art. Some people know a lot of things to solve na, lot of things they know, but they are not able to represent their answer properly in the exams. So due to which their scores are 5 to 10% less than usually what are they capable of. चलिए फिर next. The x coordinate of a point P is twice of its y coordinate. They may use the word abscissa and ordinate also, guys, okay, instead of x coordinate and y coordinate. x की वैल्यू फाइंड कर लो. So in the very beginning itself we can assume na, let the coordinates of PB, x coordinate is twice of y, right? So if I take y coordinate y, can I say x coordinate must be 2 of y? Let's try to find y by using condition that P is equidistant from these two. So we'll use given here P cube is equal to PR. Use the distance formula, so it will be root under 2y minus 2 the whole square plus y minus minus plus 5 the whole square, which is equal to root under 2y plus 3 the whole square plus y minus 6 the whole square. Now we can square both the sides. And then open the bracket at the same time if you want. Four y square plus 12y plus 9 plus y square minus 12y plus 36. I have actually squared both the sides and opened the brackets. So 4y and this 4y will get cancelled. This y square and this y square getting cancelled, right? Now simplify the remaining things which are left. So minus 8y and 10y becomes 2y plus 29. 12y and minus 12y they get cancelled, and right hand side only thing which is left is 36 plus 9, which is 45. So 2y actually is 45 minus 29, 16, right? So y is 8. Please write the conclusion as is because they want the coordinate of the points, right? Therefore, coordinates of P is 16, 8. Yes, that's correct. Please write the conclusion almost in every question, especially which is descriptive ना, MCQ में तो लिखना ही नहीं. Did you all get it? चलिए. Next question. Find the ratio in which the point P4, M divides the line segment joining the points A and B. Hence, find M. You might have done multiple such questions. Please do it again. Whenever question is based on the section formula, guys, please make that diagram, na, the line segment you make. It will be better actually, na. You don't have to recall the formula, directly we'll see the cross multiplication from there, and it will be actually impressive solution as well. When you make the diagram, solution look better. Easy to understand. Yes, you can do some of that, no? But you can understand the solution will be lengthier that way, and there is chance that you make mistake, na, if you are making it lengthier. If you wanted to take the coordinates of the point P as x comma y, and then you take x is equal to 2y, you could do that, no? चलिए भाई नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन सॉल्व कीजिए क्विकली. सेक्शन फॉर्मूला यूज करना है सही से. सो देयर इज ए लाइन सेगमेंट जॉइनिंग पॉइंट ए. लिख दो कोऑर्डिनेट्स 2,3 एंड पॉइंट बी इज 6,-3. देयर इज ए पॉइंट बी समवेयर, लेट्स कॉल इट पॉइंट पी. दिस रेशियो वी डोंट नो गाइज, ओके, सो वी कैन assume the ratio to be k:1. So in the solution actually we'll even mention that. Let the required ratio be k:1, and if it is k:1 we can find out the coordinate of point P in terms of k by cross multiplication only. So k times 6k plus 1 into 2 upon k plus 1. This is x coordinate, and y coordinate will be minus 3k plus 3 upon k plus 1, right? This is the coordinate of point P in terms of k. But they have given, no? They have given one more thing. X coordinate of point P is 4. 6k plus 2 upon k plus 1 is equal to 4, and minus 3k plus 3 upon k plus 1 is equal to m. So from here we can find the value of k, and we can put that value of k into the second, right? So cross multiply कर लो बच्चों. 6k plus 2, 4k plus 4, 2k will be 2, so k is 1. That means actually the point P is the midpoint, right? And put k equal to 1 here, so m is minus 3 plus 3 upon 1 plus 1, right? 0. And then after that please write one conclusion line, na? So this P divides the ratio into 1:1, and the y coordinate, na, that is m will be 0 for that. So the point basically lies on x axis. Fine, let's do the next question. Find the coordinates of a point where AB is a diameter of the circle whose center is 2,-3 and B is the point 1,4. So they are talking something about circle. If we can make the diagram and if it helps, please do that and solve. AB is the diameter whose center is 2,-3, and you know that center is the midpoints of any diameter. So coordinate of A is not given, na, we can name x comma y, right? We'll even mention that. And coordinate of B is 1,4. It's not tough, it can come actually even in MCQ. So we'll say let coordinates of A are x comma y. Now we can apply the midpoint formula. So x plus 1 upon 2 has to be 2 comma y plus 4 upon 2 is equal to minus 3. If you want, you can mention also using midpoint formula. So we'll get x is equal to 3 from here and y will be minus 10. Na? Therefore, the coordinates of point A is 3 comma minus 10, right? Yeah. Again, we'll mention the concluding line. It can come in MCQ also. All the 2 mark question can come in MCQs, and all the MCQs can come in 2 marks as well. If the vertices of a parallelogram ABCD in order, they have given it's in order, na, this point. If it is not given there in order, then usually we plot the point and see, right? Then find the value of x and y. Please do it by your own. So we can make a parallelogram and mark the points in order. So it is A 1, 2, B 4, Y, C 3, 5, and D x, 6. Please try not to use distance formula, guys. It's much easier. Remember the fact, na? In parallelogram, diagonals gets bisected. If I make the diagonals, so this length and this length will be equal, and this length and this length will be equal. That means there is 2 methods to find the coordinate of this point. It's the midpoint of AC and midpoint of BD, right? So you can mention in the solution, we can name, since diagonals bisects diagonals of a parallelogram bisects each other. What does that mean? Midpoint of AC is equal to midpoint of BD. And we know how to find the midpoint, right? Just x1 plus x2 by 2 thing. So it will be 1 plus 3 by 2, comma 2 plus 5 by 2. That should be equal to x plus 4 by 2, comma 6 plus y by 2, right? It simply means we can divide by 2 here, or you can equate the x coordinates and y coordinates, right? So we get 4 is equal to x plus 4 and 7 is equal to 6 plus y. We are getting x is equal to 0 and y is equal to 1. Please check. Check your calculation, guys. No, don't take risk like that. It's a very easy one, no? So we got x is equal to 0 and y is equal to 1. Correct? Yeah. चलते हैं आगे फिर next question. Please check your calculation where you went wrong, guys. Huh? Correct it. Fifteenth question. If the coordinates of a point A and B are this respectively, then find the coordinates of P such that the ratio AP is to AB is 3/7. And obviously P lies on the line segment AB. Again, this question is based on section formula, so please make the diagram, guys, and try to solve it from there. right? AP upon AB, right? So this is given na, AP upon AB is equal to 3 upon 7. That means if AP is if AP is 3x, then how much is AB? 7x, right? So if that is the case, can you guys tell me PB? Will it be 4x? Or in fact, x is already taken in this. You could also have used k or some other thing. So what is the required ratio? What is the ratio? This ratio. Is it 3:4? And now use the formula. So the coordinates of P will be cross multiplication 3 into 2 6 minus 4 into 2 8 upon 3 plus 4 comma 3 into minus 4 minus 12 minus 8 upon 3 plus 4. Check if you are getting the same answer. So that is minus 2 upon 7 comma minus 20 upon 7. Sometimes they do not give you the ratio which we actually need to find out the coordinates. They may give you indirect information, like in this case they gave, because if you have to find out the ratio, it's actually AP is to PB, right? That should have been given. It was not given, but we could find from the given information. That information was enough to find the required ratio to calculate the coordinates. Okay, so I think most of you have got it now. Let's do the next problem, guys. So that these 4 points are the vertices of a parallelogram. How do you show that these are vertices of a parallelogram? Yeah, please tell the concept. How do we show it? If you have to show that the given points are the vertices of a parallelogram, what shall we show actually? Correct, na? So what you do, you find all the side lengths, na? AB, BC, CD and AD. If opposite sides are equal in length, that means it must be a parallelogram, because that is also one of the definition of the parallelogram. So calculate all the 4 side lengths using distance formula. Yes, that's another way to do, Tanvika. You can say that, na? Another way to do that is you can find out the coordinates of midpoints of the diagonal. That means midpoint of AC and midpoint of BD. If those 2 points coincide, then also we can say it is a parallelogram, because we know that there is only one quadrilateral, okay, whose diagonal bisects each other is the parallelogram, right? In fact, rhombus, a square, rectangle, all of them satisfies, but they are not asking that. They are asking you to prove that it's a parallelogram, right? If it is a parallelogram, then it can be square, rectangle or that also, no? Both the ways are right, guys. Now, if you want to use the distance formula, then calculate all the 4 sides, whichever is easier for you, okay? I think midpoint calculation is much easier. So it is A minus 1 comma 0, B 3 comma 1, C 2 comma 2 and D minus 2 comma 1. If they do not mention the coordinates are in order, you can assume it, but actually it should be, you should plot the points roughly in the same order, okay? So what is midpoint of AC? Midpoint of AC. It is going to be 2 minus 1, 1 by 2, comma 2 plus 0 by 2, 1. And midpoint of BD, 3 minus 2, 1, 1 by 2, right? And then 1 plus 1, 2 by 2. They are, right? So you can make the conclusion here. Since midpoints of both AC and BD are equal, that means diagonals bisects each other in this quadrilateral. Hence, this quadrilateral must be a parallelogram. Is that all right? Distance was definitely one approach, but this is another one, okay? And if we know both of them, then you can understand, you know everything. Is that all right? Clears? Chalo aage phir. Let's do the next question. So they have given coordinates of vertices of a triangle and it's a right angle triangle. Then can you find the value of P? Whenever it is possible to make diagram, it's a better idea, guys, not to make diagram. It's a right angle triangle, so we can make the right angle triangle and right angle at B. So B is here. It's P comma 3. You can take A either here or the other one, no? 4 comma 7 and C 7 comma 3. And this is right angle. So Pythagoras theorem, right? Let's find P using that. So listen. So here AB square plus BC square has to be equal to AC square. AB square means if I applied the distance formula and then square it, there will not be any root there, right? AB. So 4 minus P the whole square plus 7 minus 3 the whole square, which is, okay, you can write the step, plus BC square, P minus 7 the whole square plus 3 minus 3 is equal to AC square. So 4 minus 7 the whole square plus 7 minus 3 the whole square. And let's simplify it. So when you open this, we get P square minus 8P plus 16 plus 7 minus 3, 4 and 4 square, 16 directly you can write, plus P square minus 14P plus 49, this is 0 anyway, this is 4 minus 7, minus 3 square, 9 plus 16. Yeah, we can cancel this 16 and this 16. P square and P square will become 2P square minus 22P. Right, guys, bring that 9 to this side, so it's actually 16 plus 49 minus 9, 40. We are going to get a simple quadratic. Let's solve that. 2P square minus 22P plus 56. Please cancel 2 by dividing both sides. So we get P square minus 11P plus 28, right? And that's pretty easy quadratic to even factorize. So P square minus 7P minus 4P plus 28 is equal to 0. P minus 7 minus 4 times P minus 7. So P minus 7 times P minus 4 equals 0. Are we getting the value of P? Yeah, they are 4 and 7. There are two such value of P. So yeah, if you are writing the steps like that, you deserve 3 marks completely for this. No? It's a normal question of 3 marks. No, it's not that lengthy. Have you all got the answer of this? Please comment the answer. And if you have done it, let's move to the next now. Using section formula, prove that these points are collinear. Okay, let's see. Yeah, we should actually check. Now, what if we have P is equal to 7? If P is 7, then there is a problem, right, guys? Yeah. na, because in that case these 2 points coincides, na. So it should not be 7, I should reject. Correct, na. Yeah, please consider these points, na. You should observe. Only solution is P equal to 4. How can we prove 3 points are collinear using section formula? So if 3 points are collinear, can we say, guys, section formula will be valid in that case? That means one of the point must divide the line segment joining the other 2 points in some ratio, right? So what do you do in those questions? You can take those points. Let's see, this point is 1 comma minus 1. This point is 2 comma 1. And this point is 4 comma 1. If they are collinear, can I say the points must be of this sort? So if they are collinear, can I say there will be some definite ratio? Let's call it k is to 1, na? So let's write the solution. If 3 points are collinear, then one must divides the line segment joining other 2 points in some ratio. You don't even have to write this statement, just for understanding I have written it here, guys, right? You don't have to write this statement. So what do? We'll directly start by taking, na. So let 2 comma 1 divides line segment joining 1 comma minus 1 and 4 comma 1 in the ratio k is to 1. If that's the case, can we find the coordinates of that point in terms of k, guys? We can, right? So coordinate of this point we can find using section formula. That will be 4k plus 1 by k plus 1, comma k minus 1 by k plus 1, right? And can we equate the x coordinate and y coordinate? Therefore we get here 4k plus 1 by k plus 1 is equal to 2 and k minus 1 upon k plus 1 is equal to 1. Is that all right? Now cross multiply. So we get 4k plus 1 is equal to 2k plus 2. What is the value of k from here? K minus 1 upon k plus 1, right? So you are getting k is equal to 1 by 2. And what is the value of k from here? K gets cancelled, right? 0 is equal to 2. No k from here, right? So actually see here, whenever they are actually collinear, you will get the value of k same from both of them. Whenever you get k value from both of them, say that means they are collinear. And if you get different value of k from both these equations, that means the points are not collinear. So they should have given here, check whether they are collinear. Now using section formula, check whether these 3 points are collinear. Are you getting? So actually now, since we did not get k same, we'll write since k are different from or different, therefore given points are non-collinear. Do you understand the concept, guys? Usually they will not tell you to use the section formula. They might just tell you to check whether the points are collinear. So in that case, you can apply even distance formula and check. Now, if they give you 3 points, you will calculate 3 distances there. If sum of any 2 distance is equal to third side, third distance, then the points will be collinear. By using distance formula, we can tell. Yes, Mukund, actually you can take it any order. The only thing is, if you take the different order than it is in, then you might get negative value of k, and that is mathematically acceptable actually, okay? But if you don't want to get negative value of k, then what you do, you just either focus on x coordinates or y coordinates and keep it in order. You can see x coordinate here is 1, 2, 4. So if you have order of like that, then always you will get the positive value of k. Are you getting? But even if you are getting negative value, if you are randomly taking the order, it is still fine. That is conclusive. Does anyone have any other doubt in this particular part? If they ask you to do it using section formula, this is what you have to do, guys. Otherwise, we have distance formula if they don't tell you to use which particular method. By distance formula also we can tell. Have we got it? Shall we do the next one now? Okay, let's do few 3 marks question. Now, from this chapter, there is high chance that they will ask you one case study question, and then MCQs and 2 mark question. Less likely will have 5 mark questions. So they have given coordinates of 4 points PQRS, so that PQRS is a rhombus but not a square. Please solve it. Right, so if we have to prove that it is rhombus, we can prove all the 4 sides are equal, and also we can check the angle. If Pythagoras theorem does not satisfy, then it's going to be a rhombus only, right? So if you want, you can make the diagram. You can assume that it's a normal quadrilateral, P 2 comma negative 1, Q negative 2 comma 3, (3, 4), R negative 3 2 comma 3 is. Let's calculate these distances, no? PQ first we can calculate. This is going to be root under 3 minus 1 1, plus 5 square 25. QR 3 plus 2, 5, so 25 plus 1, this is also root 26. R is minus 2 plus 3, 1 square 1, 3 plus 2, 5, 25, right? That's also root 26. And then SP 25 plus 1, root 26, right? So all the sides are equal, and whenever for any quadrilateral all the sides are equal, right? If all the sides are equal, then we can say it has to be either square or a rhombus, right? It must be a rhombus, right? But you also have to prove that it's not a square. That's right, Tanvika. One may also do it this way, na? You can calculate the diagonal length. You know that in rhombus, if it is not a square, the diagonals will not be equal, right? Both the things are fine. Other method might be just you check, na? Does Pythagoras theorem satisfies this? So you can calculate even PR. PR is actually 2 plus 2, 4 square 16, and then plus 16, root under 32. So you can clearly see, PS square plus RS square is not equal to PR square, right? Because PS square plus RS square will be 52. This is 52 and this is 32. Clearly they are not same, right? And if they are not same, that means this angle cannot be 90. And if this is not 90, that means this cannot be a square. Clear, guys? I think it was also simple, na, to calculate both the diagonals and say they are not equal. That is also better actually. In fact, that is better than even this, na. Let's do the next one. Find the ratio in which this line divides the line segment joining this. So again, you see here we need the section formula, right? So please make the line segment. Diagram is important. This point is 5 comma negative 2. This is negative 2 comma 4. Mention, let the ratio be k is to 1. If that's the case, we can find out the coordinate of point P by using cross multiplication itself. Minus 2k plus 5 upon k plus 1 comma 4k minus 2 upon k plus 1, right? And since P lies on 2x plus y is equal to 5, we can replace x by this and y by this and get the value of k, no? So it's 2 times cross multiply by k plus 1, send that k plus 1 to the right side. So we have got minus 4k plus 10 plus 4k minus 2 is equal to 5k plus 5. They are getting cancelled, right? And 10 minus 2 is 8. 8 minus 5 is equal to 5k. So k is basically 3 upon 5. So the required ratio is 3:5. So we will write the concluding line. The given line divides this line segment in the ratio 3:5, obviously internally, right? How many of you have got the same answer? Okay. So if we have finished this part, let's do the next. Yeah, one or two more this kind of question try now after the class, so that you are very comfortable with this concept now. If you have little bit of confusion, if you are already sure, then no need to solve more questions based on this. Yeah, now we have the last question of this chapter. Okay, you know, in case study they ask something of this sort only. Now they will give you the diagrams, they will tell you the coordinates. So they will give you the diagram so that you can get the coordinates of the points from there now, and then utilize that. Either it will be related to distance or section formula. Please complete it. This is very easy chapter. That's why we had very few questions only. Now you don't have much in coordinate geometry. What are the coordinates of point A, B, and C? So from the graph we can tell it clearly, right? So coordinates of A are negative 2 comma 2, B negative 1 comma negative 2, please check, and C it's just 3 comma 0, it's on x axis. First part is such an easy part, right? Distance between A and B. A second part of the question, AB आ गया आपका रूट अंडर 1 plus 4 square 16. Are you all getting root 17? Then third point, a point D lies on the line segment between A and B, right? So for this itself you can make the diagram again, na? A and B, AD is to DB is 4 is to 3, minus 2 comma 2, and this is minus 1 comma minus 2. Apply the section formula. So that's why usually they will give you 1 mark for this, 1 mark for this, and 2 mark for this. This is how the mark distribution will be. So the coordinate of this point, 4 into minus 1 minus 4, 3 into minus 2 minus 6 upon 4 plus 3, comma 4 into minus 2 minus 8 plus 6 upon 4 plus 3. That's going to be minus 10 upon 7, comma minus 2 upon 7. That's the coordinate of the point D. Right? This is very easy, right? This chapter is relatively easy, but if you have more questions, practice them, na? And from that website we have uploaded there some questions of this chapter as well. Please solve them. Okay guys, so I hope you all have done these questions and you are able to do all of them mostly by your own only, right? So that's all from today. Tomorrow at 10 a.m. IST will start the next chapter, na? That will be triangle. Tomorrow chapters are actually more important, na? Okay then, that's all guys. Bye.